Hi everyone, this is Monica. Welcome back to my Bible journaling channel. I'm excited to share with you what I created in my journaling Bible today. So today I'm going to spend some time flipping through my journaling Bible with you. This will cover all of the month of June for me. The pages you're going to see today I don't have tutorials for on my channel, but if you leave a request in the comments below, I would be happy to make a video using some of the techniques that I used, using some of the same media on other pages in my Bible if you're interested. So I'm going to jump right in. This page here on the right was my first entry for the month of June, and this is in the book of John. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I'm going through the book of John, and this is Jesus saying, "I am the light of the world." My next entry for the month of June was here in Psalm 121. I decided to do a 2-page spread and use a set of gray Pit Artist pens that I had gotten. They were the brush tip, and I wanted to experiment with these hills. We were visiting a different city, and every time I looked at the hills, this verse came to my mind. So this was kind of my response to what I was seeing in the nature around me, and also my response to this famous verse from the Psalms. This next page in my Bible was back in the Gospel of John. I like to jump around when I'm Bible journaling, and I just wanted to emphasize the phrase "free indeed" on this page. So I did some cursive script and then added color behind it. Just across the way from that page, I did this entry here, and this is for John chapter 9, and it just says, "Though I was blind, now I see." And I was experimenting, just doing some fine lines with brush pens to get the look of some hills. It was just a good time of quiet before the Lord and reflecting on His nature, reflecting on the fact that He's taken all of us from blindness to sight. Flipping over the page, I got to the part of John where Jesus is talking about being the Good Shepherd, and one passage that has always meant a lot to me is where Jesus talks about His sheep knowing His voice. And so I just sketched in a little lamb here, use some watercolor to add some color in there, use my brush pens again, and just had a nice time reflecting on the fact that we are the Good Shepherd's sheep, and if we are part of His flock, we can hear His voice. Again, just across the way, still in John, I got into chapter 11, and this was just preceding the death of Lazarus. Jesus says, "I am the resurrection and the life. Do you believe?" And so I felt like that was a good question to ask myself. If I really believe that Jesus is the resurrection and the life, what are the implications for me in that statement? Before continuing on in the Gospel of John, I hopped over to the first chapter of the book of Joshua, and some of you are probably aware of Rebekah R. Jones's Bible Art Journaling Challenge, and so sometimes I hop back and forth between what I'm doing on my own, and I'll hop in and see if there's a challenge there that inspires me. And she suggested Joshua chapter 1 at some point during last year, and I came across that challenge and was inspired. So this verse just reminds me that wherever I go, God is with me, and I don't need to be frightened. After spending a little time in Joshua, I jumped back into the Gospel of John again, and like I said, we were getting close to the death of Lazarus, and then this is the page where it all happens, and Lazarus passes away, and that famous, shortest Bible verse in the whole Bible, "Jesus wept," comes about. And I just decided to go a little crazy with blue watercolor and try to show the emotions that that human side of Jesus must have been feeling at the time. And I just thought this was such a precious quote down here, those who were there watching him weep for his friend Lazarus, their comment was, "See how he loved him." And it's just a reminder that Jesus' love is so great, even for humans. Even though Jesus is fully God, his love is so great for mankind. So this next page comes at the end of Proverbs for me, and I am going to be leaving a link down below for that Bible Art Journaling Challenge I was talking about from Rebekah R. Jones. I'm also going to link down below a tutorial from a woman named Shonna who does some beautiful artwork, and she had a tutorial for these whimsical girls, as she calls them. And if you're nervous about drawing people, you should check out her tutorial. It really simplifies the drawing of a person. So I'll leave that link below. Anyway, this is a woman and she is laughing at the time to come. And I just think that is such a good reminder for us from Proverbs 31:25 that we can just laugh at the time to come. We don't need to be anxious. We don't need to hold tightly to our worry. We can just throw our hands up in the air and let the times come. This page here has some metallic paint on it, and I noticed last time I shared a page with metallic paint, it got very reflective and hard to see. So I'm gonna try to move it around a bit while I talk about it, but this was a day that I was finding comfort in the verses in the Psalms where the psalmist is just lamenting, whether he is feeling hopeless, alone, discouraged. And so this page, I kind of started experimenting with a little bit of acrylic paint, very, very dry on a brush, and I almost wanted this page to turn out a little bit ugly because it's demonstrating a difficulty, it's demonstrating a challenge in life. Across the way on the opposite page here, you can see that I went ahead and jumped in all the way with my acrylic paints, and I covered the page. It didn't obstruct any of the words. That's really important to me as I'm journaling, as I want to be able to read all the words. But it was just a fun experiment to see what would happen. As far as the technique goes, it didn't affect the page on the other side at all. So I was pleased with that, and then I got out a whiteout pen and just wrote out this verse, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints." When his saints are persecuted, when his saints are dying, he's a good God. He has not forgotten them, and they are precious to him. Those lives that are lost are precious to him. My final page in June was back in the Gospel of John, and this was my page that I did in honor of the triumphal entry of Jesus. And so this here is supposed to be a palm branch. On the side, I used some metallic paint in it again, so I'll see if I can take the glare off a little bit so you can see. And I just wrote in very simple cursive script, "Fear not, daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming." And I just think that's a wonderful thought to end with, as I have taken you on a tour of my month of June in my journaling Bible, is that our King is coming. We are to fear not. Thank you so much for watching today. You can support me and this channel by subscribing. Click on the red subscribe button below so you can see more videos like this one. In the description box below, you will also find links to playlists which include other videos on my channel. You'll also find a link to my Facebook group. I'd be happy to have you join me on this journey. Please take time to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, comment below with your thoughts and questions, and please dive into the living Word of God. It's amazing. Have a wonderful day.